group, but if you're not, here's my plug, guys. Facebook.com/group/dailyburn community. This is your 30 minutes of sweat, but if you are looking for some accountability, if you're looking for a workout buddy, maybe a little bit of inspiration, that Facebook community group is the place to go. Upwards of 23,000 community members just like you from all over the world, reminding you that you might be working out by yourself, but you are never alone when you're part of the Daily Burn community. Tag me, tag your trainers, make some friends, get some inspiration, because that's what the community group is all about. That and showing off your progress. Nothing we love more than you guys posting a post-workout selfie in that community group. So let me shout out a couple of people who did just that. Here's Adrian. I love this post-workout selfie. Great smile, glowing a little bit, looking strong and feeling proud of the workout. And here's Darcy. Darcy said, for me, these workouts are kind of like being on a Zoom.
Now to begin, we're going to begin with some jumping jacks. Just jumping in place, nice and light. Let's get that heart rate up. Smooth, deep breaths. If you need to, you can just step out also, if you don't feel comfortable with the hopping. Otherwise, keep it nice and light. Stay on those toes. We're just going to work our heart rate up here. Lots of dynamic movements coming to you. It's a new year. But that doesn't mean we're working on a new you. We're building a better you. We're evolving coming up. Now from here, let's get down to a nice deep squat, reaching for each toe, and then stand up. Squat down, hands in the middle of our body. We'll reach from within that squat towards our toes, and then we'll stand up nice and tall. And rise. Squat down as deep as you feel comfortable. Try and just extend your arms as best as possible towards your toes, and stand up. One more time here, and then we'll hop from side to side. Now stand up. Starting hopping to our right here, hop over, and then hop back. Let's build up these skater hops. If you don't feel comfortable with that jump, you can just step side to side. Take this at your own pace. For many of you that may be new, what I want you to focus on is just moving with how comfortable you feel. Push yourself with whatever that means to you as best as you can. Now, let's just stand on our right leg, balancing. Keep your eyes focused, either on us, we got our eyes on you, or you can find a nice spot right on the floor in front of you. We're just going to try and stand on our leg here. Now let's switch. For those that are familiar with the show, we're prepping our body here for lots of dynamic movements that we'll be working through. A few more seconds. Then we'll get into some cross jacks in 3, 2, 1. Now, similar to jumping jacks, we're just going to cross our feet behind us every time we jump. One foot goes in front, the other foot goes in back. For the moves that we'll be going through, we'll be jumping around at different angles, balancing at different body parts on the floor, on our feet. And so for this one, we're not just getting our heart rate up, we're making sure our body's ready to move in so many different directions. 3, 2, 1, and let's just bounce. Now, stay in this bounce between exercises or when I'm demonstrating something that we'll be doing. This first round, we're focusing a lot on our core and mobility, with the first exercise being a lateral core walk from here. Planking, we'll walk out to the side, then walk our body straight back into that same position. Now come here onto your hands, up on those feet. Let's begin. Rise up, step out, and come back. Back and forth, step your hand and feet together. For those that don't feel comfortable, up on your hands, watch what Elise is doing. She's still moving side to side, but she's moving from her knees. If you're doing that, focus on keeping your back nice and straight. Suck that core in, belly up from the floor like there's a fire below you and you're trying not to get burned. Abs stay braced. Pause for a second every time you move side to side, and then move back. 5, 4, then turn on our backs. 3, 2, and now turn on your backs here. Flutter kicks coming next with our hands under our butt. Feet in front. We'll kick our feet up, moving them back and forth like they're a motor on a boat. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Raise those feet up together and get those feet moving. Point the toes, moving back and forth just a few inches with our feet slightly off the floor. Again, if you need that modification, watch what Elise is doing. Notice how she has her knees bent, but she's still moving her feet back and forth. Do your best to keep your lower back pressed in towards the floor, in towards your hands. Core helped with so many dynamic ninja-based movements. And any ninja-based movement is an athletic movement, and all athletic movement is sourced from our core. So we're getting that fired up here in this first round. In 3 seconds, 2, 1, let's turn over onto our hands, back to a high plank position. From here, we'll transition for a spider plank. High plank, up on our feet, bringing our knees up to each side as we're trying to touch our elbow from the side though, not in front. Bring your legs up from the side. Let's take our positions and begin. Exhale as you drive your knee up towards your elbow. Don't focus on speed here. Focus on crunching your obliques, crunching your abs as you drive that leg up. Same thing that we've been going through though for that modification. Watch what Elise is doing. She's still doing this from her knees. And if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more though, you can drop down into an elbow plank. Keep pushing. We're almost through. Then we'll stand up. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's stand up. Grab one dumbbell. Deep breath here. We'll hold the dumbbell in our right hand. Now we'll balance on our left leg. Pick that right leg up, and we'll swing that dumbbell up over our head, and then bring it back in front. Back and forth. Half moon circle that we're going to build here. Let's begin. Exhale as that dumbbell comes up. Inhale as we slowly place it back down towards our hip. Bring it back up again. Try and stay balanced on your single leg here. The challenge of this exercise is it not only is working our shoulders and our shoulder mobility, which is very important for any upper body movement, any obstacle that you're climbing, for anyone that maybe have been rock climbing before or to an actual obstacle gym, but also with 10 seconds left here, now we're challenging our core to stabilize and our balance standing on this leg. 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. It's okay if your body feels like it's a little off balance, it should. Keep in mind here, focus on just staying up on that one leg and raising that hand up overhead. Now remember, we switch sides here. Let's begin. Take it nice and easy. Try and control your breathing. When in doubt, just focus on your breath. If you need to, you can place that opposite leg down, so now both feet are in contact, and continue working that windmill fly right overhead. Whenever your arms are extended towards the outside of your body, it always passively works your core. And so you have to do your best here to try and stay upright. 10 seconds left, and now we'll switch back to balancing on the leg that's in the air in 3, 2, 1. Now place that dumbbell down. We'll come back to balancing here on the left leg. I want you to sink low into that leg. Bend the knee and stick that opposite leg out to the side. And then from there, we'll wave that leg back and forth in front of us. Take your positions here. Let's begin. Crouch down, stick that opposite leg out, and we're going to wave that back and forth. So many obstacles that we work through and that you may have seen on the show always involve balance, always involve dynamic movement. This exercise helps prime us for things like that. Watch what Elise is doing now for anyone that needs that mod. What we call the mod squad. Even though it may be a modification, that doesn't mean you won't be working hard. Where you can see how she's standing upright, but she's still balancing on her left leg, waving that foot back and forth. 10 seconds left here, and then we're just going to switch sides. Almost through. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. Now, after we finish this, we'll begin our second round. Keep your eyes focused right in front of you. If you can, sink deeper in towards your hips. Second round is about to begin in just a few seconds. We'll come back to that bounce. 10 seconds left. Get ready to restart. Second round coming in 3, 2, 1, and shake off the legs. Get into a little bounce. Now we're going to hit our entire body, our lower body and our upper body, working some strength here. First exercise, hands in the middle of our body here, feet close together, just not touching. We have a narrow squat as we squat down, stepping each leg out, and then standing up. Let's begin. Squat down as deep as you can. Step one leg out, step the other out, and stand up. Again, narrow squat down and deep, step out, and stand. Inhale down, breathe, and stand up. This circuit is all focused on strength exercises. Now that we've worked our core, let's work our total body strength here. Because any ninja movement, anytime you're climbing an obstacle, it requires a certain amount of strength. And really, obstacles in life too, maybe not physical, but mental, it requires mental strength. And that's a big aspect that we're building here as well once we're through. A few more seconds left, and then we'll grab our dumbbells in 3, 2, 1. Now let's grab the dumbbells here. Anyone that's familiar with the show, grip strength is a huge element to any upper body obstacle. And now we have fingertip curls. So you'll grip the head of your dumbbell with your fingertips, and you'll curl that dumbbell head towards your shoulders. Let's begin here. Vice grip. Pinch as hard as you can, holding your dumbbells. Pull them up, squeeze. If you have any weights, make sure we're no more than 8 pounds using the weights. If you don't have weights or you don't feel comfortable with this, watch what Elise is doing. Notice how she's clenching the air, almost as if she's like a zombie, right? Just standing in place, clenching the air, trying to chase you. Few more seconds here. Even if you have no weights, you can still grip the air with your fingers. You can still create tension on your forearms. 3, 2, 1. Drop the dumbbells now. Shake off the arms. If any of you are familiar with the iconic salmon ladder, where you see them jump with the bar up in the air, this next exercise is similar to that. It's called a jumping pull down. Arms will go up overhead. We'll pull our body down, pull the arms down. As we jump up, land nice and soft with your knees bent. Let's begin. Jump up as high as you can, pull down, and repeat. Jump and pull. If you don't feel comfortable with the jump and the impact, watch what Elise is doing. Notice how she's just rising up on her toes, but she's still moving up nice and quick. Dynamic movements like this are important because now we're building power. We're building our body to adjust to our speed of movement. If you've ever seen those athletes fly through courses, they're always moving quick. Their velocity is fast. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Shake off the arms, shake off the legs. Next exercise, we'll come back to our lower body. We have a single leg deadlift. We'll start here on the left side. Pick up that right leg back behind us, balancing on our left leg. Once we stand up, we'll jump and reach into the air and then switch sides. Let's begin here now on the left leg. Raise up that opposite leg behind you. Stand up nice and tall and jump up and switch legs. Raise that leg straight up behind you, slight bend to that front knee. Pick up the chest, jump towards the air, reach with your hands. Again, for that modification, watch Elise. Notice how she has her foot on the ground. She's pushing her hips back behind her with both feet on. And as she goes to jump, instead of jumping, she's driving her knee towards the air, towards her chest. And so it's a great modification if you're not used to impact or plyometric exercises, but you can still train your legs to move, your body to move with speed. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, coming back down towards our mats. Let's sit on the floor. Grab your dumbbells here. We have a seated L-fly coming next. Dumbbells up, right in front of your face, arms at 90-degree angles, legs down in front. We'll pull out the dumbbells to the side, bring them back in front. Let's begin. Press your shoulder blades back into your spine. Squeeze your upper back together as you pull out the arms for this L-fly. In Ninja, when we train, this position we call our L's, where if we ever see anyone climbing on obstacles, you'll notice how their arms oftentimes are bent. Exercises like this help build your shoulders nice and strong to be able to support movements like that for your body. 10 seconds left here. We'll drop the dumbbells and we'll do a little push-up variation in 3, 2, 1. Drop the dumbbells. From your knees here, we have a moving push-up side to side, planking on your knees. We'll step our arms over, down for a push-up. Walk our arms back to the other side of our body, move down for a push-up. Starting here from the center, let's begin. Walk out to one side, walk our hands all the way back, travel, and push. Try and bring that body as close as you can to the floor, arms at a 45-degree angle as you go and push. Now we're really firing up our arms here. Even though many obstacles involve pulling, we have to make sure we're working our chest, our triceps, making sure we're not building any muscle imbalances, which can cause injury. And so that's why exercises like this are great to add in for a little variation, to give our body a little bit more to adapt to. 5 seconds left here, and we'll begin back on our feet in 3, 2, 1. Now up on our feet here. Third round, we have plyometrics and core. First exercise coming. It's a reverse lunge to a jump squat. Hands in the middle of our body. We'll step one foot back for a lunge, step the other back for a lunge. We'll stand up, squat, and jump. Let's go, everyone. How are we feeling so far, team?
Good.
Breathe nice and smooth. Big jump as high as you can, and repeat. I want you to focus on your movement here. Don't so much focus on speed until you get ready for that jump. And then I want you to jump as high as you can out of that squat. If you don't feel comfortable with the jump as well, again, watch what Elise is doing for her modifications. Notice how she's just rising up on her toes. A big aspect of getting our body ready to do plyometric movements, dynamic athletic movements, is building in the muscle memory for the way our body's supposed to move, for the movement patterns. And that's what modifications like Elise is doing can do for you. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Now, take a few steps back. We have some forward and backward bounding here. We'll take 3 hops forward, side to side, but moving forward, and then side to side, moving back. 3 times forward, 3 times back. Let's begin. 1, 2, count them, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3. For the modifications, if you need them, just step with purpose though. Maybe not so much of a jump, but if you feel comfortable enough with it, jump back and forth and try and stay with one foot off the ground at all times. Lots of obstacles that you may be familiar with, whether it's the quad steps, sinking steps, you'll always notice how ninjas are light on their feet, moving side to side, moving forward and back. This is actually an exercise I love doing with some of the athletes and ninjas I train. 3, 2, 1. Now let's come down to the mat. We have a shoulder plank tap coming. Feet shoulder width apart, bringing each hand up, tapping our shoulders back and forth. Do your best here to keep your hips nice and stable, not turning side to side. Push up into position. Let's begin. Breathe with each movement here now. It's okay if you're rocking back and forth just a little, but try not to let your hips fly open. Keep your hands stacked below your shoulders. If you need to, drop down to your knees. And again, focus on your breathing. When in doubt, always focus on your breathing. Almost through, and we'll stand right back up. Coming up on 10 seconds left here, everyone. Building that muscle endurance. Almost through, 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab those dumbbells now. Pull them right back in front of you. Working our foot speed here. Tapping our toes, jumping back and forth. One in front of the other, tapping our dumbbells. Let's begin. Try and stay light on those feet here. Keep your hands in the middle of your body to begin. If you feel comfortable with the cadence, switch your arms back and forth, almost like you're running, and try and stay on the balls of your feet. If you don't have dumbbells or you don't feel comfortable with your precision of your feet, watch what Elise is doing. Notice how she's just stepping back and forth, but she's stepping with purpose. No matter what, if it's a modification, if it's a progression, always move with intent, move with purpose. Coming up on a few seconds left here, then we're back on our mats in 3, 2, 1. Place those dumbbells off to the side. Isolated crab kick. Down on your butts, hands behind you. First, we'll keep our screen side leg in the air. As we push that leg up, we'll bring our opposite hand over and reach for our toes. Now let's take our positions here. Push that screen side leg up, reach with your opposite arm. Now if you need the modification, you can drop to the floor and still reach up for that foot. Opposite foot and hand are reaching towards each other. 2 seconds left here, and then we're switching sides. Keep our abs crunched. Now let's switch. Switch hands, switch feet, and push up. The hand that's on the ground, keep your fingers facing out towards the side of your body. But keep that arm straight to help keep your body locked in position. Coming up on 5 seconds left here. Back on our feet in 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Last exercise here to finish. We have a burpee broad jump. So take a few steps back so you have room to do this. Now working our power, we'll go down for a burpee. Jump out. Once we stand back up, we'll jump forward, land as soft as you can, take a few steps back, and repeat. Let's work. Down for a burpee, stand up, and jump forward. Step right back. Last exercise here before our water break. 45 seconds, that's it. Down for that burpee. Jump forward from that low position that we jump up from the burpee from. If you need to, step back and step forward like Elise is doing. Don't worry about the jump. Take a big step forward. But if you're here with JD and I, jump as far as you can in front of you. 10 seconds left here. Let's push it. It's a new year, but we got that same energy for change. Come on, 3, 2, one more. 1, and rest. Grab some water if you have it, folks.
My heart is pounding.
Whew.
I don't know about everybody else. Grab a sip of water, collect yourself, catch your breath.
Calm down. If your heart's pounding, that just means you care about this workout. Exactly.
Okay. CPK, we're kind of putting all of this together as we go into our next round, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, team. So now, everything that we just went through, if you're familiar with the show, let me put you up onto something that ninjas are privy to. So this is secret information now. The first qualifying round is always 6 obstacles. So knowing that, we have to train for specific movements for those 6 obstacles. So this final round, we're going to practice what we call course runs, where I'm going to bring you through 6 different exercises, some we've been through before, some are new ones, that mimic the same movements that ninjas do on those obstacle courses. And so to begin here, let's pull our dumbbells back in front of us, about shoulder width apart. The first obstacle is always dynamic with the feet. And so from here, we'll start on one side. We'll step side to side over, balancing on our foot, and then moving right back and forth. Take your positions here. Let's begin. Step, 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 step. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you don't feel comfortable stepping over your dumbbells, take them away from the floor, but still move quick side to side. The first obstacle oftentimes are quad steps or sinking steps, and so we have to be able to move nice and quick, stay light on your feet here. Now keep this in mind, because we're going to come back through this a second time. Build this movement pattern into your head. 3, 2, 1. Now take a small step back. Next exercise, we have a 180 jump squat. We'll face the side here, squat down, jump and turn, squat down, jump and turn, right back.
All right.
Now let's begin. Inhale down, big exhale as we jump and turn. Or you can turn and squat like Elise is doing for that modification. The second obstacle is always something a little quirky, a little dynamic. It could involve flying through the air, could involve holding your body at an awkward position. This gets our body moving and twisting while flying through the air. 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake off the legs. Now, coming back to our single leg balance, swinging our leg side to side. Starting on the left leg, then we'll switch to the right. Let's begin. Just 15 seconds here, then we'll switch. We've been here before. Sometimes you know what the obstacles are, in this case the exercises, sometimes you don't.
When your heart rate is up,
3,
balance is so much harder.
1, and switch. Very true, and that's the challenge here as we switch sides. Again, focus on your breathing. When in doubt, always focus on your breath. Third obstacle is always something balancy, dynamic, speed work. Now stand up nice and tall, shake off the legs.
Okay.
Grab your dumbbells here. Fourth exercise and the fourth obstacle always involves upper body and grip strength. Here, we'll do fingertip curls, coming back to them like we've been through before. Let's begin. From the dumbbell head, grip nice and tight with your fingertips, like you're squeezing a fruit, like you're trying to juice a fruit with your fingers. Squeeze that dumbbell head. Apple juice, orange juice, pineapple juice. Of course, if you cut the pineapple first, because no one wants to squeeze the skin of a pineapple. 5 seconds left here.
I'm just trying
4,
to get that really difficult
3,
jar open that my
2,
wife hands me.
1. Oh. Drop the dumbbells now. Next, coming back, we have jumping pull downs. We've been here before. Hands up overhead. Jump up, pull your arms down. Let's work. Jump up, pull those arms down, or rise up onto your feet like Elise is doing. This is important because the fifth obstacle oftentimes is very dynamic, flying through the air, involving your upper body. If you know what a lache is, similar in gymnastics, maybe a movement like that. Could look like a pegboard. Again, this movement mimics a salmon ladder movement. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, next exercise, sixth and final one. It's always the warp wall. So here, we're going to take 3 steps forward, 1, 2, and the third one. Jump up and reach up toward the sky with your hands, and then reset. Now let's begin. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Alternate which leg you start with. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Pretend as if you're scaling that warp wall. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Step back. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Reach up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3. At least pop up onto your toes if you don't feel comfortable with the jump. Last one here, and jump. Shake it off now. So we're going to come through that one more time. Now that we know what the movements are, we're going to move through them like a superset, which means we're going to have almost no break in between. 5 seconds to transition. Moving from obstacle to obstacle. Let's place our dumbbells back, starting at our first exercise here, our lateral hop. Moving side to side. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that we've been here before, let's move as quickly through it as we can. Pretend as if you're trying to do this as many times. Get through as fast as you can here. Only got 30 seconds. We're in the final round. 10 seconds left. First exercise and first obstacle almost done here. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's take a little step back. 180 jump squats. Ready? Begin. Squat down and jump and turn. Squat down and jump and turn. I know you're probably feeling tired right now. But remember why you showed up. Remember that obstacles aren't just physical, they're mental. 10 seconds left here. Jump and turn. And it's those mental obstacles that are always the most difficult for us, but they're always the most rewarding to overcome. 3, 2, 1. Come back to our single leg balance now. Drop down on the left leg. Let's swing that leg out to the side. Find a little spot in front of you can focus on. A few seconds left here. And switch legs. We're halfway through this course. 10 seconds left now. It's okay if you feel like your balance is off because you're trying to catch your breath. That's the challenge here. 3, 2, 1. Grab your dumbbells now. Fingertip curls, let's go. Pull the dumbbells up. Our legs are gonna break, but our upper body right now, our grip strength is going to be challenged. What's great about exercises like this, like JD was saying, you can open the peanut butter jar, the jelly jar. Making peanut butter jelly sandwiches is never going to be as fast as it will be after this. 5 seconds left, everybody. Back to a jumping pull down in 3, in 2, in 1. Drop those dumbbells. Right back up, hands up, let's go. Jump and pull. Jump and pull. Big breath. Pretend as if you're flying through the air. We're in the final minute. The end's in sight. The wall is there for you to climb. 10 seconds left. We got this. We're landing in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back right into that sprint jump. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Jump towards the wall. Step back. 1, 2, 3. Jump and reach. Step back. Push yourself here. It takes speed to get up the warp wall. It takes heart to finish. It takes everything you got. Push it. Let's go. 10 seconds left. We're in the final moments here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hit that buzzer. That imaginary buzzer right in front of you. You just completed your very first Ninja Warrior course here at Daily Burn. Great job, everybody. High five, Elise. JD, always killing it as usual. Let's interlock the fingers here now. Push them out in front of you. We'll stretch the fingers. For many of you, as your first time working your grip strength, your fingers and wrists may be a little tight, so we'll stretch those out. Big deep breath. One more. Now we'll come down to our knees here. Palms facing the ceiling. Pressing our hands down. Stretching out our wrists here. And let's reflect on what we just went through. For many of you, that's your first time working out with us. And for those that have been here, it's your first time going through a Ninja Warrior course with us. We have an expression for many of us that train. For anyone that follows me on social, you know that I train a lot of the teenage athletes from the show. I train many different athletes that have competed on the show. And we have an expression that we love to use. It's called overcoming obstacles, because it applies to the physical and mental side of really just life. Now, sit your chest up, pull your arm out to the side. There's always going to be an obstacle that you face. There's always going to be a new challenge where sometimes you'll know what's coming, but then sometimes you won't. And we use that metaphor a lot because it applies to what we see on any obstacle course. But the same principles that we're able to learn from our training, we can apply to anything we encounter, whether it's in our personal life, love life, at home, family, whatever it is. There's always going to be things that come up as we press our hands down, push up into downward dog, pushing our hips up, press your hips back, push your heels down behind you. Big deep breaths here. But it doesn't matter what happens, because failure is a big part of what we do. Failure is a big part of life. But the biggest lesson we can always learn is no matter what failures we get, no matter how many times we fall down, we get right back up and continue to try again. Now slowly walk your feet back to your hands. Roll that spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Big deep breath. And relax. Great work, everyone. Scaling that wall, completing our Ninja Warrior course and this workout. Thank you so much.
Nice job. CPK, thank you. It was a fantastic workout.
Oh, thank you, JD.
Dripping sweat. Elise over there, dripping sweat. Everybody, I know you guys, a lot of you guys at home, I know you guys are dripping sweat as well. I hope you feel amazing. Now, obviously, we are probably, most of us, never going to run a Ninja Warrior course, but you are going to have an enormous number of obstacles in your life. Life throws curveballs at you. And what CPK said is so true. If you spend a lot of time with us here at Daily Burn, you're going to figure out that we're not just here to train your bodies, we're here to train your minds as well. That word can't that comes into your mind, that narrative that says to you, I've got to stop, I can't go on. We're going to teach you that that voice is a liar. You are capable of so much. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you're willing to push yourself to, you can do. This is where you're going to find the support and the encouragement and inspiration that you need. If you're new to Daily Burn, I hope you will be part of our Facebook community group. Tens of thousands of people in that group, community members just like you, who are just showing up every day trying to be a better version of themselves. Remember, the only person you're competing with is you, and we are your team. We'll be here for you every single day. Show up, do it again tomorrow. We'll be here. Have a great day. Be proud of yourself. You did great work.